Some might say 4. I say 3.5. Maybe less. It's 3.5 months. It's going to fly by. September 9th. I can't wait for you to get here. I can't wait to get out to California. Never thought I'd say those words. I can't wait to deal with Egghead for Saturday, all day Sunday, all day Monday, and then Tuesday morning. Small sacrifice to pay to watch the New York Jets go out and play the San Francisco 49ers and kick some butt. I really don't want to be nice to him. I guess I have to extend this friendship a little bit longer. We got a good show tonight. We got an interesting debate. I'll be joined shortly by my friend, the Buffalo Jet fan. And there was a tweet today by PFF. And we're going to break that down. And I'm going to take a very surprising side of it just for debate purposes. Stay tuned. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some Jets talk. We'll have some laughs. We'll have a spy report from camp today with pictures and videos. I got a guy. You got a guy? I got a guy. My guy will be here a little bit later and show us everything that he saw today and give us a spy report. Spy report.
And now, welcome to Pride and Chaos.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures. Oh, yeah!
And now, give it up for Jeremy and Nick.
Now you scared me.
And as usual, Nick is wrong.
Why are you the way that you are? God, I can't stand you.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Whoa, that was cool.
Now I want a snack. Damn it. Fucking nothing comes good out of being Jeremy's friend. What's up, everyone? It's a hot day today in New Jersey again. I walked over 4 miles today in this heat. I am a little tired. I'm drained. My fucking stupid calves are swollen, retaining fluid. So if I get off the show early tonight, it's because they're going to get worse by the second sitting here. I thought I could let them get down the last hour, but it didn't really work. So that's a little programming note. But how are we doing tonight, everyone? How are we doing? I'm waiting for my coffee to kick in. You know how I get. Sometimes I'm a little loungy. I was laying down trying to elevate for a little bit. And, once the coffee kicks in, I'll get amped up. It'll be the same crazy Nick. Boomtown, first one here. Probably from the time difference he has in Canada. The 51st state. Assist My Suicide is here. Tonight, Boomtown learned that Canada is the 51st state. I cannot wait for that in a little while. Assist My Suicide. Dable today said he expects a joint practice. Yeah, I saw that. They didn't do it last year. They did not do it last year, but they did it the year before. I think the expectation is only 1 day from what I read. But, all right. It's always the same thing, right? We learned that with Carl Lawson. Get in, get out healthy. That's a wrap. A lot of teams do this now without the preseason, the fourth preseason game. You get a little bit of extra live work against real competition. And like I said, for everybody, every team, you just hope that you get in and get out healthy. That's very important. The big man, Infrared, the man who's going to bring 7 racks of ribs to the home opener against New England. Breaking news about the home opener in New England, about 20 minutes before the show started. Sunday night co-host, Uncle VR, texted me. He's got his ticket. He will be here for the home opener against the cheating, stinky Patriots. Let's do this. Let's go. Todd is here. Greg Rollo's here. Dropping truth from the get-go. I love it. Mess is here. Yeti's here. Wild Wave is here. Coming in from the West Coast, Doc Soldier. Aw, Hawk gave me a hug. That's me giving you the emoji hug back. Aunt Jets is in the house. Good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well, too. Nate is here. The big fella's here. You know what, man? I did not get up until after that rain. And then when I went, I'm in the basement, so I'm like in a dungeon, and I sleep with earplugs in. And I went up at like 9:35. I'm like, what the fuck happened in the street? I heard it was a mess. My mother gives me the weather report when I call my mother every day, like a good boy should. Did that storm bother you? Oh, Mom, I didn't even know there was one. What do you mean? It was so loud. Mom, I'm sorry, Mom. I sleep with the earplugs in and a fan on and a dehumidifier. Man, I like sound to drown out. I'm sorry I upset you. Oh, it woke me up, Nikki. That last one, if you knew my mother's voice, that's fucking spot on. She always gives like a little, Nikki. I wish she was watching right now. She'd be like, God damn him. Oh, here you go. That's what my mother would say. God damn, Nick. Yeah. I did, I walked to town hall today. I had to sign some papers. 4.89. I don't know if you can see that there. Oh, go away. Go away. Show everyone my exercises. 9,803 steps, 4.89 miles today. Excuse me while I break into Kanye. No champion. This here's the story of a champion. Not really. Oh, yeah. You know what, man? I don't even want to touch it. Like, I want to go get a haircut. I got two of my buddies' 50th birthday parties to go to this weekend. In case there's any single ladies there, I'm going to be on the fucking prowl. So I wanted to get it fixed. And I want to get this trimmed down so it's more like aerodynamic. But I am petrified. I don't want to go to my regular guy. The only guy I really let touch my beard charges $60 for a haircut and a beard. And I just, with buying presents for people in the Ubers, I'm like, I don't want to fucking spend $400 between all this. I'm like, these chicks might just have to get. I'm going to bring the brush out. I don't care. If I'm outside in your backyard all day, this shit's going to get frizzy in New Jersey. I'm bringing the brush out. You need a brush, bitch? I'll be like, what's up? Here's your brush. Why won't it show on the background? I do not know. Yeah, bro. I'm tired. I am tired. And my legs are swollen. Because then I had to freaking sit down at the baseball game. I didn't even get to put my legs up. Hit the like. That's right, Greg. Tell everyone. Tell them what's up. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hank is here. Hank coming in from north of the border. Also 51st state. Me too. That's all I'll say. Me too. I was very surprised today. Very surprised by the South Bronx, the South Bronx, the South Bronx. So Adirondack is here also. What's up? What's up? What's going on? How's the Rangers doing? Aren't they playing tonight? Or was that yesterday? All right. Coffee's starting to come in. Nick's brain's starting to be functional again. We got any games on tonight? Oh, Boston's up 13 on the Pacers. Yankees won 5-0. Edmonton's up 2-1. That's all I really see. Orioles winning again. God bless them, man. I can't name anyone on the Orioles, and they just keep winning. So my one buddy, who works for the town. He's the one who's getting me in with the job. His surprise 50th party is on Saturday. He knows about it. He like helped plan it. And I had to go to the town hall today to sign some paperwork, and one of his best friends works in the group with him. And I was like, "Does he know about Saturday?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, I had to get his address." And so I texted him tonight. I'm like, "Random question. What's your address?" He gives me his address. He goes, "Why? What's up?" I'm like, "I wanted to send you a dick pic in the mail with creepy magazine letters cut out and pasted to it." He's like, "Nice." I go, "Say I wanted to save on postage and hand deliver it Saturday. What would be a good time to do so?" He goes, "Deliveries start at 1. Noted. That's how you ask somebody what time's their party without asking them what time's their party. I don't know. His wife sent an invite like 3 months ago for it, and I couldn't figure out what text it was. So I went right to the source. Right to the source. So tonight's interesting. What's up, Keith? Greetings. Back again, Keith, from the ATL. Welcome. No. This show tonight, for those of you that don't know, is the Thursday Night Throwdown. The Thursday Night Throwdown is a debate show where I bring on a other content creator and we have a debate. Tonight's debate, I think you guys are going to be very intrigued in. I think it's a good debate. I'll wait for my guest. He should be here in a few, and then we will introduce it. Tio coming in, gifting a membership. I do not know who received it. I am pulling up YouTube now as I do old man slow talk whilst navigating the internetos, waiting for pages to load. If you haven't seen it already, go check out Tio_Uncle_VR. Go subscribe to his YouTube page. I will get that link momentarily as soon as I see who it got sent to. Come on, YouTube. You can load. Oh, gifting. Oh, Tio gifted himself a membership. All right. He chose himself. Nice. Thank you for the memberships, brother. And Mark Reese. Look at you, Mark. Look at you, Marky Mark. Got to get Marky Mark to... Mark, are you here in the chat, brother? Do you have to be in the chat to be gifted? I think you do, right? Am I wrong with that? You guys help me out. So, VR, thank you. Oh, I didn't even see these comments because I was pulling up YouTube to see it. But you know what? When you gift yourself a membership, I'm not going to lie. I've gone and I've bought myself some lap dances before. I've gifted myself. Let me know if you guys see this link. I'm posting a link. Let me know if you guys see that in YouTube. I posted it through StreamYard. If I have to post it, oh, this will be fun. Let me know. Hey, Ron, how are you? Hey, Rudy. Go tell your quarterback if it's not about the money, take a 3-year, $45 million deal. $45 million total. Prove it's not about the money. Help the team out. It's not about the money. Bullshit. It's about the money. I like Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott is an outstanding human being. I think he is everything that you want your son to grow up to be in terms of morals, dignity, character. But shut the fuck up. It's about money, dude. Go play for the veteran minimum if it's not about the money. Go clear up so much money that your roster can be built around you so you have a chance to win. I hate when people, and this is not anything to do with Dallas Cowboys. I would say the same thing if it was about any other quarterback. I'm one of the biggest Joe Burrow fans. If Joe Burrow said something stupid like this, I would roast him too. It's about the money. Don't say it's not about the money and you're going to cry if you're not given $50 million a year, and you won't accept it unless it's $50 million a year. It's about the money. It's always about the money. Show me the money. Just like that, VR. Gifted another membership. I do not know who got that one. Let me know, chat, but thank you very much. So I'm going to bring in an outstanding friend of the show. You ready, pal? All right, let's rock. I'm going to bring in a guy you know, a guy you love. And if you don't, what the fuck's wrong with you? It's the Buffalo Jet fan. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man? I have working technology today, so it should go better.
Ooh, no darkness? No darkness retreat?
No.
Awesome. Right on time, too. Look at you. Quiet at the house, little one sleeping?
Yeah. This actually works. The later stuff works better for me. Like when people invite me like between like 5 and 8, it's just like, nah, man, it's like it's a wash. It's a whirlwind until she goes to sleep. What's up, everybody?
That's great, Tio. That last one's good. Shout out to Tio.
Right after you went live, I was like 25 people right away. I'm like, okay, Nick Shine, pulling numbers.
We're trying. I got a good group of fans who supporters who
you got
watch.
A squad in here.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, you got to cast the characters.
I got to get one of those hats. I really got to get one of those hats, man. I like the green. I think
it's so. I got both, but the green
so
one,
clean.
As Gator is probably going to roast me on a video with, the green one was blending into the green screen and disappearing. And there's probably some video with it coming out, but dude, how fucking nice is this? This is some sexy shit.
I mean, if it makes you look good, that should be their ad campaign.
You know what? You know what? The hat is so fucking nice. I'll take the dig, my friend. I will take the dig. I don't know if it's good enough to sit on the back of my head like a yarmulke, like the way you wear them, but I don't know if you
Jeremy's
got
not
paper
even
clips
here.
in
We're
there on the
going
side
there.
holding it in. You got a bobby pin. Awesome. Hey, Brandon, welcome, brother. Thanks for catching it. Clancy's here. What's up, guys? Vino, what's up, Vino? I haven't seen you in a minute, man. All right, so let's get into it. Today, you had a tweet. And your tweet,
I tend to do that.
You do. You got a little bit of a tendency. Once in a while, occasionally. I might catch them here or there. Was it PFF or was it PFN?
It was PFF.
Okay. PFF tweeted, which core would you rather have? Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, and Quinnen Williams, or Penei Sewell, Aiden Hutchinson, and Amon St. Brown? Now, This is a Jets channel. You've got a Jet channel. Everyone thinks that the Jets is the right answer just because we're Jets fans. I'm going to give you the floor here on the Throwdown. The Throwdown is a debate show for those that don't know. State your case. Which core are you taking?
Oh, man. I did put the graphic down there at the bottom.
Got it. I'm on it.
Want to throw it on. I struggle with this. So this is so close, man.
It is so much closer than Jets fans want to admit.
Well, and Lions fans too, because I saw a lot of that, like Lions, and it's not close. Like, no, it's definitely close. Are you kidding me? There are 6 elite players there. So I guess I think Sauce and Sewell are similar level because they're both arguably the best at their position in the league. Like Sewell might be the best right tackle and Sauce might be the best corner. But I think Hutch and Q are pretty close too. I mean, edge is probably a little more valuable than defensive tackle, but Quinnen's been a first-team All-Pro, and Hutch hasn't. Yeah. Although I did just look up some stats like before because I knew that we were going to talk about this. And Aiden Hutchinson did have 112 pressures last year. I'm like, geez. And he had a really high double team rate. Because he's like the only.
And he was intercepting passes his rookie season.
Yeah, he's a stud, man. And he's the only guy on that front. So he's getting, 2 or 3 helmets every play. And then I think Garrett and Amon-Ra. Am I crazy to say that I would rather have Garrett Wilson than Amon-Ra St. Brown? And honestly, I don't have to think about it that much. Is that crazy? Am I too much? Because Amon-Ra was amazing.
If the quarterbacks are equal, if they both have Goff or they both have Rodgers, I think I like Garrett's skill set a little bit better.
I think he's more well-rounded. And dude, Amon-Ra is amazing. He put up 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns, 120 catches. But again, if Garrett Wilson was on the Lions where they have a top 5 offensive line, a top 12 quarterback, play 2/3 of their games indoors, and he was, their alpha guy getting all those targets, I don't know. Jeez. So
And it's almost like you got to throw the statistics out because you're looking at one of the better downfield passing attacks with Detroit
right.
compared to what we've had, which is just steaming pile of dog shit at quarterback for Garrett's 2 years. And he's still 4th in the league in targets. Imagine if, 15% of those targets were more accurate. If they were on his chest and, in the middle of routes in the open field, like St. Brown gets a lot.
Who would be the guy? So if we made it 4, it would be like what, Laporta and Brees?
I would
that
go
doesn't-
JJ first.
Probably
Because
JJ because Ed is more
I mean, you
valuable.
go Gibbs and Brees equally, right? If you bring Gibbs in, you bring Brees in if you want to go 5, right?
So JJ, Brees, Laporta, and Gibbs. I'd probably go Jets if you break into 5.
Yeah. If you break it to 5, and I know, and for those watching who are new to the show, I want to say this before anyone flames me here because I know it's coming. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'll go
We're not going to be
Lions.
making this trade.
I'll go Lions. Here's why. The New York Jets have struggled for so long on an offensive line. If you had an offensive line with Olu at left and Penne at right and Titman in the middle and AVT and Simpson going into next year, we would be ecstatic. We would be talking about one of the potential best lines in football, right? Everything we want to do is based off of the line. Now, you have Aiden Hutchinson. I love Quinnen Williams. You know firsthand how much I love the D-line and how much I can never get enough of the D-line. That's the first thing I always want to talk about. If we're doing talk in the chat, I'll talk D-line. Even this year, I wanted oh man, what was the kid last year? Clancy? Who's the kid from Pitt?
Oh,
that
Kalijah Kancey.
Kancey. I wanted him at 15. This year, I was like, oh man, Byron Murphy would be a lot of fun next to Quinnen Williams. Like,
Sick.
I never get enough defensive linemen. That's me. I love Quinnen. I think Quinnen is phenomenal. But there's something about guys on the edge. And a guy who is young and can get around the corner. If you had Hutchinson, it's a push, right?
Well, he's also going from year 2 to year 3, so it's more realistic to expect he will improve more. Where Quinnen is kind of right at his prime. Because Hutch was the same draft class as Garrett and Sauce, right?
Yeah, he went 2.
Yeah,
it went.
Because Travon Walker went 1.
1, Hutch 2, Stingley 3, Sauce 4, Thibodeau 5. I don't know if you take the salary out of it, right? Because we know Quinnen's getting 20-something million a year. Hutch is still on the rookie deal. If the Lions called right now, you're Joe Douglas. Hey, we'll give you Hutchinson for Quinnen Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, not today because the off season's happened and now you can't get other D
That would be
tackles.
my only hesitation because then we'd have 4 edges and no interior defensive linemen. But in a vacuum, yes.
In a vacuum, the combine
I would
next
make that
February. I would too. And
I would make that trade.
I love Quinn.
And it's a much more pro Hutchinson take than Q. I mean, I think I did my anytime I've done a roster rankings, Quinnen has never been lower than
trade,
3.
Right? There's no robbery there. There's no fleecing. Maybe something happens and they have a guy who explodes at edge and they can get rid of him. And I don't know. We have guys who develop a tackle and we're like, all right, you know what? We need here at edge. I don't think there's a wrong answer with either one of those.
I would okay, so let's do the extension of that exercise because
Okay.
I would not trade Garrett Wilson for Ross St. Brown. To me,
Money
it's
doesn't matter.
money doesn't matter. Yeah, to me, it's
I
so
wouldn't either.
close that I would stick with the guy that we have.
I gotta see Garrett with the top 10 quarterback, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not giving Garrett away today, right now, for St. Brown because I haven't seen what Garrett can do in a competent, efficient, scoring touchdown offense. Like, I see Devontae Adams numbers. I see 150 plus targets. I see 115 plus catches. I see double digit touchdowns. I
You
see
see, I'm a Ross St.
huge
Brown.
numbers. Yeah, yeah, right. Pretty
Yeah.
much. Um,
I would
I
also
agree.
I think I would also say yes if they again money out of it. I would trade Sauce for Sewell. I would, man. Does that send me
Agreed.
to Jet fan purgatory or jail or for that
No,
take?
I mean, when you look at positional value of the NFL, and it's nowadays when you got guys like Watt and Bosa who line up on both sides and will attack, you need left and right tackles. It used to be, in back in my day, it was the left tackle was your pass blocker, your right tackle was your run guy, and on defense, you put your best pass rusher against the left tackle, and you put your run stuffing edge against the right tackle. That's just how it was played. But now you're seeing guys like Bosa, Watt, who line up everywhere. JJ moves around, everyone moves around now. You're going to attack different teams and different players in different ways. And if you can put out a right tackle who is just as good as pass protection as left tackle, I would love an elite offensive line again. Whenever the Jets have been good, we have had an above average, if not top offensive line. And I'll go back to the Philly game. We shut down Philly's passing attack with 3 of our top 4 cornerbacks out. I know it's a small sample size. I know that was going to be the first words out of your mouth. I watch you a lot. Small sample size, right? But with this scheme, if you have that D line, I feel that the players on the back end can perform better. Because besides for Ward, name the San Francisco 49ers secondary.
Well, yeah, and you can tell by their investments of where they allocate resources.
Yeah.
San Francisco will always have high. They'll never be light there, and they'll never rely on complete unprovens. Like they're going to spend their high draft picks, and they're even now they went and got Leonard Floyd, I think, to pair with Bosa. So, yeah, the defensive line, like the there's lots of core tenets to the defense, but the number one thing is being able to get constant pressure on the quarterback by rushing 4. Like that, if they can't do that, everything else about the defense doesn't work. That's why the defense was ass in 2021 because they had no pass rush. All due respect to Tim Ward.
And Tio, again, thank you for gifting the 4 memberships today, brother. That was awesome of you. For those watching, Sunday shenanigans with Tio, Uncle VR, and myself starts at 9 o'clock, and we will have on Boy Green with us at around 10 o'clock to do this Sunday's list. I got Adam the following week. I just had a long conversation with him today. But sometime in June, maybe the 9th, I think it is, that Sunday, if you're available, you want to come on, we're doing the list again. You know how much I love my list.
Yeah, man. Shoot me a message. I like a
Yeah,
good ranking. Who doesn't like a good list?
it's fun.
Speaking of
It's
list,
fun. We're
I
trying.
got a topic for you, and if you want to,
It's your call when
is
you
there
come
anything
on.
else you
Don't
wanted to
say
talk
it now.
about?
Don't say it now because the
Okay.
chat will start listing all the names now because they
Okay.
always try to jump the gun. So I try not to tell them what it's going to be. That way they tune in. But if you tell
Okay.
them now, they're like, oh, we
Got
already talked about it in the chat. No need to watch the show. But yeah, I think if you called me right now and I'm running the Jets and you offer me these 3 players for those 3 players, finances out the window. It's equal. I wouldn't do it now at this point of the season, like I said. But if you're doing it at the combine or the GM meetings, I think I would sign off on this. I think I really, really would.
Yeah, it hurts to think about. Luckily, it's just a hypothetical.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to argue with the logic. I would agree. I think right now I would keep our guys just because that would leave us with like Solomon Thomas as a starting defensive tackle, and then with like 4 deep at edge. But yeah, in a vacuum, Sewell's probably I think the thing that's really tilting it for me is having an elite offensive line piece with Sewell. Like he's the guy that's doing it for me.
Yeah.
And
Big fella.
Hutchinson would be an absolute. I mean, Hutchinson is Salah's wet dream.
Hutchinson and JJ together. I could play corner and probably get a pick or two. Well, big fella, positional value matters. I would rather have an all-pro at tackle than an all-pro at cornerback. Now, if Sauce is all-pro at cornerback and he's getting 8 interceptions and a couple of them returned for touchdowns, that might change it a little bit. But I think as a Jet fan who's had so many issues with the line, I would do it. I would do this.
How much money do you think? I think like Sauce and Sewell, if they were both free agents right now, Sewell would probably get paid more, right?
Sewell gets probably 4 or 5 million more a year as a free agent than what he just got in his extension, right?
Yeah. What did he get? What's his annual?
Wasn't he?
It was a crap ton of money.
I forget because the numbers are all running in my head between the three of them. He got 112. He got 4 for 112.
Oh my god, that's
So we got
crazy.
28. He got 28 million a year.
Yeah,
I think
I
he
don't.
probably gets that with maybe 6 years, right? The player might not take more years because they know that it'll balloon by then.
And then Amon-Ra got 30. So yeah, Sauce. I mean, Sauce would be the highest paid corner ever. So Sauce would probably get 23 to 25 million a year. Him or Surtain, whoever gets paid for us, will be the highest paid corner.
I would do it. You call me right now, hey Jets. We're going to give you after the season. Moses is gone. We're going to give you Penei Sewell for Sauce Gardner, straight up.
Oh,
It would be a heartbreaker for the fan base, but if you want to build a team, AVT and Sewell next to each other, with Simpson in the middle, with Olu on the other side, you're building the Lions line, if not better. Right? If Olu gets to be what we all think Olu can be as a pass protector, learning from Tyron Smith this year, it's tough, right? Like, it's a fun discussion. That's why when I saw this tweet, I was like, oh, because we didn't know what to debate about. I texted him today, and he's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, all right, well, you pick. I always let the guests pick what they want. And then I saw this tweet a little while later on Twitter. I'm like, oh, we got our debate for tonight.
there it is. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's like with Sauce and Sewell, it's so close that I think if you did a poll of Jeff fans, like 80% of Jeff fans would say keep Sauce, and 80% of Lion fans would, say keep Sewell.
And now, don't get me wrong.
You think Sauce is trash?
Don't get me wrong. No, people will clip that. That'll get clipped, and that'll be all over the internet. I'll wake up tomorrow and have like 0 subs on Twitter and YouTube because that you tweeted it and it went viral. Buried me in one night. It's not happening. And it's not happening ever because nobody in their right mind is giving up an elite, top of the tier tackle for a cornerback. So to say that you want to hold on to a cornerback over a top tackle, I think you're crazy, especially as Jets fans with all the injuries and all the Wayne Hunters that we've gone through at right tackle to get the best right tackle in football, in my opinion. What, Wirfs is the other one in the conversation, right?
Yeah, they've moved him back and forth. Wirfs.
I mean, who's a better right tackle?
No, Sewell is the best right tackle in the league.
You get the best right tackle in a position of weakness over a cornerback. Now, I know it's Sauce. I know he's the best cornerback in the league, but with this scheme and this coaching staff and this system, I trust them to find others. Might not be as good as Sauce, but when your offense is scoring 45 points a game because of the line that we have, we don't need that as much on the back end.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue that doing that, the way the Jets are currently constructed and coached and everything else, as it currently stands, Sewell would move the needle more for the Jets. I don't even. I think it's pretty obvious, just because of the nature of their positions that they play.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the way that how horrible the Jets have been on offense and offensive line in particular.
And I could have taken either side of this. I think this is this close where I'm not bashing Sauce. I'm not shitting on our players. I'm just taking a different side of it for the discussion purpose. But I think if you bring on a Lion fan and you debate with a Lion fan, if Patty Grimes is in here, that's our resident Lions fan who watches the shows. I'd be curious to hear his point. I know he would say I'm not giving up Sewell. I'd be shocked if he said I want a corner over Penny Sewell.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think if you polled NFL GMs of which guy they'd rather start their team around, I think you'd probably get 70-80% answers being Sewell just because of the nature of the position. Sauce takes away half the field. I mean, it's not really anymore. It's not 2008 when you had just two receivers. Now it's the tight ends are involved in the game. Everyone's in 11 personnel, the backs. So you're almost as strong as your weakest link. Sometimes it seems as a defense, but the point is, it's not that I would trade just Sauce for Sewell. I would trade any corner for Sewell because he's literally the best corner. That's what you're saying. That's kind of what we're saying. That's kind of the point is there's no corner good enough to keep over Sewell because Sauce is, in my opinion, at worst, the third best corner in the league, right?
Correct.
I think he's the
now,
best.
For the discussion, let me add this in.
Yeah.
Let me throw this little nugget out there because I see the big fella and I could see him on his stomach in the bed typing this.
He's not saying anything
all-pro number one corner
Yeah.
who takes away half the field. No damn way I'm taking a right tackle, even the best one. Okay. Now, let me play devil's advocate here. Let me rebuttal this in a non-Jet fan way. He doesn't follow. You don't play a man-to-man scheme all the time. He doesn't follow the number one receiver like Revis did. You could take away half the field if you're putting your tight end out there and then you're stacking the other side of the field to attack the lesser side. So it's not like it's Revis following the number one everywhere that he goes. Sewell is always lining up against the number one.
Yeah, that's more about like the scheme and just how the NFL has changed more so like than anything wrong with Sauce. Like for example, if it were 2009 and you asked me would I give up Darrelle Revis for the best right tackle in the league, I would not. Just because I think it was so different.
Thank you, Patty.
Because you
Patty's a
legitimately
Detroit
could take
fan,
away half the
chimed in.
field. Yeah, cool. It's
Patty
funny.
chimed in. That keeps Sewell. Yeah.
There you go. But I will say this about Sauce. Like, I think you mentioned it. If he turns into a guy who can get 4 or 5 picks, now it's tough because he's not targeted. But if he just takes advantage of all those opportunities, like the pick 6 he almost had against Dallas, like that is something that I might say, okay, like he's a shutdown cover corner, and he's taking the ball away that amount. That's something that could swing this for me.
Yeah.
Because Sauce is only in Sewell's in what, year 5? Sauce is in year 2. So Sauce probably could have one more level to his game where Sewell is probably kind of maxed out.
Yeah, he's plateaued. He's just got to stay where he's at, right?
Yeah.
There's not much more he can do. Yeah, Mark, that's a good point. I saw this the other day. The Lions play only 3 outdoor games the entire season.
It's crazy.
They got to be playing. They play Green Bay. They play Chicago. So they probably play. They probably play the NFC South with Atlanta and New Orleans. Maybe they get lucky. And Carolina and Tampa, the outside teams, come to them. And then if you play the AFC South, you got Indy and Houston. And then maybe Jacksonville and Tennessee come to you. That's crazy. Yeah, I think it's San Francisco, Green Bay, and there's one more. Chicago would be the third one. That's their only 3 outdoor games the whole season. That's nuts. 14
That's
indoor
wild.
games. It's not really. If you got 9 home games and then your 5 road games, wow. It's crazy. I like that team, though. I really like that team.
Detroit? Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Detroit. Detroit's been like us. You know, they finally have a core. Like, that's what makes it so interesting is the parallels of the two teams. They have a core. They've drafted well. They had multiple picks early from the Ram trade. We've had it from the Jamal trade. It's interesting. I think it's.
I mean,
I think it's pretty cool to see the two of us come up.
Yeah, I think there's some parallels you could draw between Robert Saleh and Dan Campbell. Right? Defensive minded
Passionate,
motivator
hard-nosed
type guys.
Agree.
I mean,
You know, their players love them. They might not be the most loved outside of the locker room, but the locker room loves them.
it'd be nice to play in the NFC. I mean, is Jared Goff the best quarterback in the NFC? He's in the conversation.
I mean, yeah, he's in the conversation, right?
All right. Because the top 5 guys are probably all in the AFC.
Yeah, I mean, you got to put Purdy up there. You say he's system, whatever you want, but
yeah,
he
Dak.
delivers the ball where it needs to be. Dak, Hurts, if he's not Hurts, is up there.
Cousins, if he's healthy. Jordan Love.
My man, knob deep coming in, dropping the knob down on the table and says, everyone take a deep gander at this as he gifts 5 memberships to the channel. Thank you. Good, sir. Look at you. Let's see who that went to. We went to Clancy, Mark Ferraro, Racing Jason, Shane McGarry, and Motivated T. If you are not already, please subscribe to the channel. A couple names in there are Racing Jason and Motivated T. If you guys are on Discord, please search me out. Proud NYJ fan, no spaces, and we'll get you into the membership Discord group. Thank you, Knob. You are so sweet. If me and Knob ever did a show together, it'd be called The Shiny Knob. I know the chat is dying for that one to happen. But awesome, guys. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for gifting them. Good stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's right. Like, neither one of these phone calls is ever being made. But I just think it goes to show that a team that went to the NFC Championship last year, a team that has Super Bowl aspirations, I think we match up pretty well with them in terms of, you know, rosters and stars and hitting on those top draft picks, right? You know, our 3 were first rounders. St. Brown was a second rounder, I believe, right? Isn't he the one that
he was a 4th?
Jaded. He was that deep. Is he the one that has like can name the 17 or the 19 guys drafted in front of him?
I don't recall.
Okay. I know there's one. Patty Grimes, resident Detroit fan. You would know that. Hey, King Lowski's here. What's up, bro? Orlowski. I always get yelled at if I say it wrong. I always fuck with my head. I'll bring a bottle of Knob Creek to the tailgate. There you go. Yes. Hey, do you know if you're coming down for a game yet? Are you waiting for like the big one for like everyone to come down?
The Super Bowl?
Oh man, let my freaking workman's comp ACL knee settlement come in time, please.
It's your money and you need it now.
Yes.
I'm probably gonna do the home opener. I'm probably gonna do that Thursday night game.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a little half day Thursday, fly right there, game, fly back to Buffalo like 1:00 in the morning.
Nice.
Call it.
Nice.
Be back to work on Friday with no
There
sleep.
you go. It's worth it, right? Well, hit me up. Obviously, we're gonna have a good tailgate. Infrared's bringing 7 racks of ribs. Mr. Bonesy's bringing some platters. Knob's coming up. He's offering to cook on the grill. He's a like elite chef.
Yeah.
You know where I'm at. We're gonna have a fun time back there. Party with Peg and Artie. Yes. What's up? Hey, everyone new here in the chat, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and come back. We have a good time. Sunday night, Uncle Tio, VR, and myself in the chat. We do Sunday shenanigans at 9 p.m. And I like seeing new names in the chat. That's awesome.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Go ahead. I love this one. I don't know what's coming.
These are my random this or that's. So
Okay. Oh, this is like Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy, like the old Saturday Night Live bit.
For the 2024 season, do you see more touchdown catches by Tyler Conklin or sacks by Will McDonald?
Sacks by Will McDonald. And here's
agree.
why. Multiple tight ends used down by the end zone. They usually go to second and third tight ends on those plays, the guy that you won't expect. That's been the big thing in Green Bay throughout the years. You know, the fullback, the second or third tight end, they get down to the 1 or 2 yard line, play action to Brees. Bloop, someone's wide open on the other side, and it's a guy that you won't expect. Conklin, to me, is not a yak tight end. Granted, he's had a lot of situations in our own territory where maybe he gets like another 8, 12, 13 yards after the catch, right? And everyone's like, see, he can do it. And if that happens at the 15-yard line, it's a touchdown, right? We know the quarterback we have now will put the ball where it needs to be, when it needs to be there. So if I eat my words and Conklin has 10 touchdowns, I'm okay being wrong on this one. But I would take Will McDonald doing what JJ did and getting up to like 7 or 8 sacks this year.
Yeah, I would too. I think the production of Reddick, JJ, and McDonald are all three of them are going to be a lot closer to each other than people think. Like I don't think you're going to see one guy with like 16 sacks and one guy with 3. I think all those guys are going to have between 8 and 12 sacks.
Yeah, if we get 4 between Quinnen and then the 3 of them, all between 8 and 12, we're really good. Because you're going to get a couple of the guys who are 3 and 4s, maybe a 5, and playing with leads, we're going to have a lot more sack opportunities, right?
Yeah, man. Because I think we had in the 50s last year, something like that. So I
think we had 40. I don't think we hit 50.
I think we didn't even hit 50.
42.
Okay.
I think we're 42. I would, are you pulling? I see your eyes working. Are you typing?
Yeah, I can grab
it.
But because that's the problem with when you do the stat predictions, like from individual players, it's like when you do the pass catchers that by the end of it, Aaron Rodgers is throwing for 7,000 yards. It's like, okay, well, they had 48 last year.
Okay, that's how many viewers we got right now. Shout out to you guys.
There you go. And they had 45 in 20. Oh my! The Eagles had 70 sacks in 2022. What? Oh my god!
The Raiders 3-time Pro Bowl Max Crosby getting a $6 million raise from the Raiders for the upcoming season. Schefter just put that out.
Well deserved.
Yeah, a little bit, right? he doesn't come off the field. It's insane. He got a 4-year, $95 million new money with $53 million guaranteed on March 11th, 2022. So halfway through the deal, he's already getting a raise. Wow. I don't know if this is a setup or not. Barney doesn't seem the type to set it up. Do you know a Buffalo guy who calls himself the Thigh Doctor?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Is
the guy
that a
on
YouTube
Twitter.
thing or?
No, he's a guy on Twitter who he claims to be able to diagnose injuries from looking at a video, but there are some Twitter doctors who actually have medical degrees. I have no evidence that the thigh doctor actually does, and he's affiliated with Buffalo Fanatics, so he's definitely not unbiased. So, and I know he posted some stuff of a video of Aaron Rodgers, and he was saying like the way he was stepping means his Achilles is nowhere near fully healed and all that. And I wouldn't.
Oh, is that the guy who broke down like the drag foot because Rodgers looked like his
Yeah,
foot dragged a little bit?
yeah. I wouldn't read too much into whatever the thigh doctor says.
Nice. That's what I used to call myself at the go-go bar. Come here, sweetie. Let me take a look. Matthias, you have to stop in Woodbridge and scoop me up. You don't even have to stop on the turnpike. I will go to the rest stop on the turnpike at exit 12 and just hop in the car with you. I got the clubs upstairs. It's a Jets golf bag. I will bring it. And I just bought myself two nice golf outfits today.
Love it. That time of
You
year.
golf? Do you golf?
Not well.
Who does? Who does? Oh, that's a shame. You're only coming down like for that day. Well, let's talk when you're going to get a ticket. Let's talk. Let's make sure, we sit together because I'll be solo that game. I can't take Nick out of school that day because we are going to go to San Francisco. And he's going to
really?
miss
That's awesome.
Monday and Tuesday. Yeah. Well, I could stay with Jeremy, fly into Sacramento, a cheaper flight, stay at Jeremy's, so I don't have to pay for a hotel. And then, he'll have the car to get around in. So it'll be a cheaper trip than most to get out there. So it's basically just flight and game tickets. I'm trying to get the suite. My buddy, his wife is a VP for Levi's, but he told me months ago the opener would be tough. Oh, here's another one coming to the opener. Hawk. This tailgate's going to be popping. Hey, Gator, what's going on? Are we going to continue to ignore the elephant in the room, the chalkboard portal? I've waited for 2 years, right? I think it was mid your first year. You changed the layout and you put that on the wall. Every time I watch you, the first fucking thing I look for is to see if the plays and the routes changed. I always look. I'm like, nope, same routes, same play. I'm waiting. One day I will be the happiest fan in the world when I see different route patterns.
I'm just going to take it down and put a picture of you up there.
That's great. I would be happier over the route change.
But the thing is, when you're not looking at it,
power gap, like a trap up the middle.
Yeah, I should make it a run play. That'd be more. That's
put in a tribute to Frank Gore and just have a dive right up the gut.
Yeah, halfback dive up the middle. Or I could do a tribute to Greg Williams and do an engage 8, do an all out blitz when you should be doing a prevent defense. But it's like Schrodinger's chalkboard. When you look away, it changes. That's how it works.
Nice. Wasn't that the game that would have helped us get Trevor Lawrence, right? Wasn't that?
Yeah, we kind of liked it.
We're like, oh, we fucked up, and like, wait a minute, we did it, and then the next week we beat like the Super Bowl Rams.
Yeah, I think it might have been the next week because I remember because that was the first time I embraced the tank because I almost never embraced the tank just because I get it. Like I get how losing can be beneficial and having a higher pick. But I can't watch the Jets and hope that they like do bad. Like I don't know how to do that. I don't know. Oh, I hope our guy throws an interception. It's so hard for me to do that. And that was the first year where I was like, all right, F it. Like we got to get Trevor Lawrence. I don't care. And they couldn't, and it didn't even happen. So now I'm like, all right, I'm never embracing the tank again. Never. One and done. at least
It
fully.
would've been-
Like last year, I was like, okay, if we lose, fine. If we win, fine. Don't care. But I was all in on the tank for Trevor.
Yeah, I'm the type, and I always predict that we're going to win. Even when we're awful, I will predict that we will win the game. I believe we're going to win until we can't. You know what I mean? Like, I will still be there as pumped up and enthusiastic early in the game as I would be for a playoff game. And then it's like you start
Those are
to
the
pinch.
worst when
Yeah,
so,
you
like
slowly
when
just
it's
start to get
immediate.
deflated.
It's like within 5 minutes. I think that was the home opener 2 years ago. I was with you
Baltimore.
when we played Baltimore, where
Another fucking rain game.
oh, that was a miserable game where we're feeling. I'm hyped up. I'm thinking we're gonna upset this team. We're coming off that draft class, and Flacco is still kind of a pro. And then like midway through the first quarter, you could feel it in the stadium. Like, not today, not today, boys.
I tell you what though, man, if that team played with half the energy that our group had, we would have won that game 45-0.
Yeah, we just came
Me,
out.
you, Jeremy, Green Bean, Gunny, Matt, and Ryan were there. We were in the Jet Lounge at the hangar, and cool experience. Great time. Even when you and me were worried for about 25 minutes when Mrs. Buffalo Jet fan went to go get ponchos for her and Nikki. And we're like, all right, she's gone too long. We're like, all right, what's going on here? And then she came back like a rock star.
Yeah, that was. I almost rather it be freezing and dry, because I've gone to a few games up here where it's been like in the negatives, and I would rather bundle up and be dry and have it be -10 than it be like 39 degrees and raining. It's like the worst. But
I was a cable guy for 14 years, and I said all the time, I would rather take snow than the 35-degree rain. The 35-degree rain is the worst temperature for someone who has to be outdoors. I hated it.
brutal. Where's the Super Bowl this year?
New Orleans.
All right, we don't have to worry about it. We're in a dome.
Yep.
And I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah, it's I'm already putting feelers out for getting down there, and I forget who. Someone in the chat. I don't know if it was Knob. I thought maybe it was Knob. If I'm wrong, correct me, guys. But somebody in the chat said they had a family member who might have had like a timeshare or a second home down near New Orleans that we could like stay at. Someone in the chat said it one night. I thought it was in here. If it was one of you guys, let me know. I forget the specifics, but that would be amazing. Just even, I want the 1 seed. Not you. That would have been great if you're like, yeah, let's get an Airbnb. Somebody said it. I forget. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun, the opener, guys.
I like that we're not opening week 1 at home.
Me too.
Personally, it's too much. It's too many that last year, man. Just have us have already a couple of games under our belt. Although I'm not going to go to the full extent. There was like a brief moment, but they all got shot down immediately. Did you see a couple of the Jets accounts start to panic and say like play Tyrod Taylor week 1? Stuff like that. I'm like, guys, come on. What are we doing here?
Gator meat. I've never had. I love what pops up in chat. Went to New Orleans 7 years ago to a different world. Gator meat is fucking awesome. That's no offense to Gator in the chat. You did not have that Gator meat.
What's the texture of gator meat like? It seems like it'd be leathery, but I'm probably just judging that because of their skin. I don't know.
I don't know. Do they treat it like tuna? Do they cut the skin off and then just cook the meat? I don't know. I'm not very exotic when it comes to eating. Clancy saying it tastes like chicken. I guess, right? Yeah,
Okay,
VR.
confirmed.
Yeah, it's double down.
Pork
Who's
chop.
that?
Okay.
Another Gouda Gain Jets. Hey, welcome, man. If you're new to the channel, man, please subscribe. Thanks for joining us. So, well, how much more time do you have? I don't want to start a whole new conversation.
What is it?
If it's 10:45. Oh, what's the question?
Yeah, what do you got?
So, give me a trio that you would trade. That you would trade for. R3, give me a trio that you would trade for. Now, I know that's tough off the top of the head, right? Like
Okay,
looking
so
at
the
like
trio was Sauce,
no quarterbacks. It was Sauce,
Quinn.
Quinnen, and Garrett.
I mean, that Lions one, it might be the. I'm trying to. Now, money. I'm gonna say money is not a factor, but age is a factor. Is that fair?
All right. I was reading the chat. Hit me with that again.
I'm gonna say money is not a factor, but age is a factor.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Okay. Trying to think. There's nobody in our division, non-quarterback. There's no trio in our division that I would trade for because Miami, like Tyreek Hill, like Hill and Waddle, and that two receivers. I wouldn't do that. And Tyreek Hill is almost 30, and he's reliant on speed. Buffalo, no. New England, no.
Oh, man, I potentially had a really good one. All right. Bosa, Ayuk, and Ward.
Bosa, Ayuk, and Ward.
So you get a corner in return. You go D tackle to D, and then you have
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would do that because Bosa is better than Quinnen. Ayuk, like if Ayuk might be what Garrett would look like with a good quarterback. Um, but Sauce is a lot better than Ward. I don't know. That's yeah, and then Bosa, and then Bosa's had some injuries too.
yeah.
I don't know.
He does.
I think call me crazy. I might have to think about that one actually.
All
But
right.
that's obviously a good one. San Francisco's loaded.
Hawk, no quarterbacks. I see you put Mahomes. I wouldn't do Kelsey because Kelsey's at the end, and I don't want what comes along with Kelsey. I got another good one for you. I'm very interested to hear your take on this one.
Okay.
Parsons, Diggs, Lamb.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because Parsons and Lamb alone. Yeah, Parsons is unlike anything that we have. I'm trying to think. Um, hmm.
Wayne Hunter, Le'Veon Bell, Trumaine Johnson. It's not fair if you put three Hall of Famers together.
Yeah, there's not that many I would take. There's got to be I'm trying to think of good like Kansas City. No, I don't think they have anyone I would go with. Huh? Jets have a good core. What about Houston? They're up and coming. Houston, would I do
Will
Will
Anderson,
Anderson,
Stingley.
Stingley, and
That's where like
Tank
Tank
Dell?
Dell.
No, I think Garrett Wilson is too much better than Tank Dell. So I wouldn't do that.
I'm going through the divisions in my head. I'm trying to do it without looking at rosters, Myles Garrett, Ward. Don't they have Ward too as their cornerback, right?
Yeah,
They're,
Denzel
they're-
Ward.
Denzel Ward, yeah. Garrett, Ward. See, the third, right, is like the I'm not doing
Njoku?
Amari
I don't know.
Cooper.
He's not
Elijah
like
Moore. Bring Elijah Moore. Matt could do a coming home video.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good one. Kyron Williams, Puka, Cup. Just load up the offense. No, then our defense would take too much of a hit. Oh, here's a good one. Chase, Hendrickson, and Higgins.
No, I wouldn't do it. Hendrickson is going to be 30. And I wouldn't want 2 receivers if I was doing it.
Okay, here's a good one. Who's Slim Reaper?
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith. All right. Jalen Carter.
AJ Brown and
See, I'm trying to think of 2 on the defensive side to make like the trade more even.
Philly doesn't have any defenders, I think, besides Carter that would factor in high enough.
Nice. Gouda, this actually started off with a PFF tweet today. Was which core was better, Penny, Sewell, Hutch, and St. Brown against our 3? That's what we kind of got into that before you were here. But that's why we're naming some other trios. But good call. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, guys, if you haven't already, go follow my buddy Liam over on the Jets Afterburners podcast. Check him out. He's with Dan. I forget Dan's name, but Dan is the left tackle next to me on Matt O'Leary's content creator team. And my favorite part of that is that Green Bean's the defensive tackle, so I get to beat the shit out of him every day in practice. Love it. Love it. He's got to keep his switchblade that he keeps in his pocket in the locker room, so I'll be safe. Oh, Bryce Huff. Here we go. Yeah, there you go, Hawk. All right, Bryce Huff, Jalen Carter, and Devontae Smith. Nice. Watt, Pickens, and who? Fitzpatrick, Watt, and Pickens.
I mean, for 1 year, I might make that swap. They're
Okay.
very good, but TJ Watt and Fitzpatrick, I think, are both pushing 30. So for age, I'll probably say no.
Okay.
But that's a very good trio. Of course, the Steelers always have some sort of good triplet situation. What about Max Crosby, Devontae Adams, and Brock Bowers? It all comes back to Brock Bowers. No, I would say no, just because you don't even know how good Brock Bowers is.
Can we add Olu and just trade Olu for Brock straight up?
He looks old, man. Brock Bowers. He looks older than me. He's got that receding hairline.
He does.
I think he did that thing where in bench warmers where he hands the guy
I
the
am
umpire
12.
like a $20 bill and it just says I am 12 in crayon and it's his birth certificate. I think he did that when he stepped onto Georgia. He was already 24.
And that's my boy Suko. Prison Break? You a Prison Break fan? It was Michael Schofield's roommate. Suko? I think that was his name.
DK Metcalf, Witherspoon, and JSN. Well, why isn't Tariq Woolen in there?
Yeah.
That's a good one. From the testosterone. Yeah, he was getting Brock Bowers has fed something different as a child, clearly. But I gotta take off, dude. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, man. Thanks for joining as always. You guys know him. Go check out the Buffalo Jet Fan. He's always pumping out videos from the car, from the produce section in ShopRite, anywhere, anytime. He shall appear. Thanks,
I've
bud.
done a lot actually. What like in the drive-through, like getting my coffee, like in between ordering my coffee and then getting to the window, I sometimes can crank one out if it's a
Yeah, you can't say that to my chat. You can't say I crank one out and the line. No, hold the cream. I supply my own. But hey, let's talk for tickets for the game, and we'll sit together. You coming down solo?
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you're, dude, let's get tickets together. We'll sit together. Knob too needs a ticket. Uh, we'll have the loudest, craziest little section.
Yeah, I'll see if maybe if I could swing along, like, because I would like to do the tailgate, so we'll see if I can maybe not have it be so chaotic. It's just going to depend on what's going on with work, but hopefully I can maybe stay longer than half a day. We'll see.
Let me know.
All right, take care, everyone. Good night.
Talk. Be good, buddy. Thanks a lot. Yeah, nah, we'll. I needed to, so don't worry. We'll figure something out. I'll keep monitoring. Hawk, I like that comment though. I turn gifts off. No Diddy. Did you guys see Andrew Schultz? He's for those of you new to the channel, we do have some comedy relief here on the show. We do talk Jets majority of the time, but there's some hangouts where it goes off the rails and we talk about everything. And Andrew Schultz is a good comedian, and he's one of the top guys out there right now. And he was like, "Yo, do you notice that every celebrity in Hollywood has had their house robbed except Diddy? Like, the scariest part about it is, what if you break in and he's there? Meek Mill just sitting on his lap, chilling out. Hold up just a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Then you get to the door and it's locked. And all of a sudden you hear, boom, 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 boom. Turn around. You ain't going nowhere. P. Diddy's wild. Post a video after beating a woman, crying and apologizing after you know nothing can happen to you. Now that is the definition of a safe space. Was that the last game in the old stadium? The last game in the old stadium with the Bengals, I left right around halftime because the seat behind us got snapped, and I snapped the other side of it off, stuck it up my jacket, and left. I would have to say there was Jacksonville playoff January of '99, divisional round. That was the first that I was just like, holy shit, this stadium can get to another level that I hadn't seen in my first 13 years of going. The back-to-backs in 02, beating the Packers 42-17, and then the Colts 41-0. That week was the greatest week of being a Jet fan because I was there for both. I wasn't inside the stadium for the opener. I was outside. I was going to get a ticket in the parking lot. It was $160, and we're like, all right, let's set up first. We get through the gate. We set everything up. 40 minutes later, I look, and it was up to like $285 for the cheapest seat. It was at $400 at one point. And I was like, I'm not paying $300. And then Rodgers got hurt. So at that point, I just tried to get an Uber and I made it home just before halftime. I'm trying to think what other games. Those are the ones that really, really stick out in my head. Those are the ones that really stick out. Give me 1 second. Let me get the next guest here. Give me 1 second. But yeah, shout out to VR again for gifting the memberships. Knob for gifting the 5. Tio with the 4. And for everyone who got a membership tonight, You are eligible now to join the Discord group. You can check that out. Friend me on Discord, proud NYJ fan, no spaces, and then we'll get you over into the group. And thanks for watching. And if if some of you, I know some people sit and they're busy, whatever. The chat's not their thing, but I appreciate you guys just as much as I appreciate everyone who does comment. All of you help make this channel happen, and I appreciate your support. I got one guest coming on. He was there. Maybe he's got a little issue, but we have some insider reports today. For those that watched the show, listen, you good? All right. Check. Can you hear me? Sorry. Live YouTube. It happens. You know how it works. Good? Okay. So for those of you that watched last night, you knew that we had someone from the chat going to the OTA today. OTA today. That's a tongue twister. Try not to say that too quickly. And let's bring him in. Nate was there yesterday, or was there today. And how was it, man?
It was beyond awesome. It was an incredible experience. There was a lot less people. That was the one standout thing. I mean, they sent us an email last night anticipating rain and basically told us if you wanted to cancel and come next Friday, you could. So I have a feeling a lot of people did that because it was a torrential downpour about an hour before practice. But then the sun came out for practice, and it was a beautiful 2 hours. But like I said, there was only about 75 people there, probably tops, and 3 rows of bleachers, super small. But I'm in a training camp, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But usual stretches and warm-ups with Rodgers and the quarterbacks right in front of you. And, yeah, it was awesome to watch Rodgers and 7-on-7. I was on Jake's show earlier and just made the point. It was just amazing to watch a quarterback in rhythm. Like every single play was – whether it was a check down, a deep ball, it was just 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got the deep ball. 1, 2, 3, a comeback. 1, 2, 3, nothing's there. Drag route perfectly in time so he could cut up the field and get another 10 yards. Like it was just not Jets football. So that was the big reason. I'm sure I, and everyone else wanted to be at that first game last year. I'm telling my girlfriend, I can't wait to see Rodgers, his first 300-yard game, that first 4-touchdown game that we haven't seen since, I don't know, like Fitzpatrick, but that wasn't like real sustainable success, so to speak. So just watching quarterback.
It was the anomaly when he did it. It wasn't the norm. It was like,
but I felt like I lived out my Monday night today from last year. Like I got like seeing the 7-on-7. I was like touchdown, like every complete to Lazard. I was like living out what I thought I was going to anticipate on September 11th of last year on
awesome.
In the middle of May the following year.
It's going to be foreign to a lot of us. It's going to be something some of us may have never seen before. Competent quarterback play, elite execution, and knowledge of a scheme and knowing what the defense wants to do and how to counterattack it. Chad Pennington was very smart. Chad didn't have the arm that Rodgers does.
And I came into Chad at the
closest.
End. Like I didn't experience Chad, so to speak, like the rest of the Jets fans. I was kind of like the end of Chad, right into Brett Favre was where I really like caught on at the end of middle school, high school. And then obviously once the Rex Ryan years, kind of like I was dove in and Revis and everybody else.
Chad was elite with getting the ball where it needed to be, when it needed to be there. He didn't have great arm velocity, but he was about precision, accuracy, timing, and just knew what to do with the ball, when to do it. And Rodgers, I mean, I'm not putting Pennington on Rodgers' level, but that's the closest.
Rodgers has a cannon, but can make the decisions. Yeah. Rodgers, when he threw the deep ball it was actually the first play of 7-on-7s, and he beat DJ Reed on a double move by about 5 yards.
Who did?
Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
Garrett beat DJ, but everybody's not anticipating on first play. Rodgers just drops back, and then slings his arm. Like there's
It's
no
smooth, right?
load
Like
up. There's
it's
nothing
yeah.
lower body. I thought it was gonna be a 10-yard, 15 yards. I'm like, and that ball just flew 40
Yeah.
yards right into. I mean, he had to slow down for the ball actually, but he beat him by 5 yards. Like DJ Reed couldn't even touch him. It was just like, oh my god, this is what we're gonna get to
There's
see in
a
a real
lot
game.
of times where Rodgers goes to throw the ball, and I've used this analogy in the past. Ground ball to second base. The second baseman's got to go a couple feet to the right, fields it, and just like flicks it.
And
And like
yeah,
you see the ball go, like, and it's
uh-huh.
not a rope, but it lobs. But he'll do that 45 yards with a football, just like, like fake
Yeah.
shoulder out, be in poor position, and then throw it. And it's just
As we're on
perfect.
that baseball story, Nick, as you're talking about baseball, I just got to mention this because I was at my dad's earlier on the way home. He wanted to hear about it. He's a Jets fan too. My dad's got a funny story. He grew up in New York here on the Upper East Side, and he tells a story to everyone how Joe Namath lived in the neighborhood on the East Side, and he used to play baseball. He would show up to the park underneath the the RFK Bridge on 59th Street, and he would play baseball. And my dad said he would kind of York Avenue was where the fence was. And there was this one vivid memory. My dad's, I mean, he would hit bombs over the avenue. My dad was playing third base, and he said Joe was in left field, and they got a ground ball. The runner was rounding second, and Joe kind of flicked the ball to what he thought was him to the cutoff man, and it just kind of whizzed by his face, strike to the plate. But he was just said how he threw it. The same thing where I was telling him about the Rodgers flick. He just flicked it as if it was going 5 or 10 yards, no lower body, no torque. And the ball went as if another quarterback, is loading up their whole body. So that same effect where you're just like, wow, like it's different than what we've ever seen. I was wearing my Mark Sanchez jersey, and that's the best quarterback to my life that I still rep as a younger Jets fan. Like that's what I know as, and I know it's not good quarterback play. I can admit
That's
it
like the
now.
perfect sentence to show how tortured we've been, right? Like if someone said to you, "Hey, what's it like being a Jet fan?" I'm going to play that clip of you saying that was the best quarterback. That was 14 years ago. So that's what it's like being a Jet fan. For those of you, if you ever want to put it into perfect words, Nate just did it.
I work with it. I mean, it gets even sadder. I work with kids, and I got 15-year-old Jet fans, so obviously they're like, "Oh, I can't." Yeah, that Josh McCown. I remember when my dad brought me to that Josh McCown game, and that's like his best experience as a Jets quarterback was watching McCown sling it at MetLife, and I don't know, like a six-win season or whatever was going on, 2016. I see
man.
Boomtown asked in the chat if I played high school or college football. I grew up in Manhattan, and I've never put on a football helmet in my life. Strictly basketball my whole life.
Oh yeah.
Answer Boomtown question. Yeah, no. Never played football, never got hit, none of that stuff. But yeah, I guess other standouts from today was Stiggers. I mean, Stiggers was also really nice and spent a lot of time afterwards. All the rookies came over.
Yeah, they have to.
Play.
That's the rookies have to.
Yeah, the PR thing. Yeah, they all came over and shook hands and had a conversation. It was nice though because there was only 50 or 75 of us, so they really took time to like talk and look you in the eye. And I had a couple of kids who they were on a FaceTime call in algebra class. The kids and they were like trying to meet the players, and I was like, "Hey, meet the player." So it was. Then they took all the time to talk to them. So all the players, rookies we got, were all great. But yeah, Stiggers, besides off the field, on the field stood out, and also just
really.
I mean, like I said, I don't know football, but I know when players like react. You know what I'm saying? He made the 2 plays where the whole defense rushed the field and kind of like because it was against Rodgers, and they made a big. I think he made a deflection. I was kind of blocked by the bleachers and whatnot, but he made a deflection in the corner on the starters that a linebacker picked off. You know, one of those end zone plays on a corner that he tips back into play, and they picked it off. Defense stormed the field going crazy, and then he was on the 2s. He made another pass breakup about 25, 30 yards, and he's pressing receivers right on top of them. But just that,
did they have him lining up
from other starters?
Was he lining up outside? Was he lining up
outside
in the
only,
slot?
And he lined up with the 1s and the 2s. It was either Eccles or him because no Sauce was there. So Carter was in the slot, DJ Reed on one side, and then Eccles and Stingers were rotating with the 1s or 2s, kind of thing. But yeah, but Stingers, one of those guys. I don't know if you watch basketball. So
yeah,
I'm watching the Knicks. I remember when Emmanuel Quickly, who the Knicks just traded, when he first came on, the first time he ever touched the ball in the Garden, it might have been a preseason game. I remember he caught it, ripped the ball, 2 dribbles to the middle, 1-2 floater, and then he kind of like skipped back doing his little skip. And I looked at my dad. I was like, this kid's gonna be able to play. He's not gonna be a superstar, but he could play. Like anyone with that, and I got the same vibe from Stingers. Like he made plays, he was dancing in the end zone. Other starters were coming up to him, doing his dance with him. Where it's just like you don't do that. You don't give that type of respect to a guy that can't play. You know, when people recognize like a dude could ball, they'll do your dance with you in OTAs week 2. You know, if that was an outlier that he's not doing his dance. You know what I'm saying? So just that kind of confidence, like I belong.
I think they respect his path, his journey, and what he's done to get where he is. And I said it the weekend of the draft, and I'm not the only one, I'm sure, but the fan base will lose their mind over this type of player, and he will instantly become a fan favorite if he starts to contribute because of the story. New York is a place where the blue collar, hardworking guy gets appreciated. The Wayne Kribets, right? Shane Spencer, as a Yankee fan in '98, came up and hit like 5 grand slams in like August and September, and everyone thought he was the next greatest thing. But they're always hoping for that player who comes out of nowhere to become something. That's something that all New York fans, no matter what team you root for, they all have in common. We love the greats, but we die for the next unknown to become a great.
Even like I said, off the field, he took time when I was on FaceTime with the kids and whatnot. But I wanted to I was telling him I love your story. I follow you on Instagram. I love what you're about. Like it's this kind of you were in this depression and now you've found the love of your life and your family. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. And he was like, "Oh, you follow my Instagram? Oh, what's your Instagram?" And then he like grabbed my phone and was trying to follow me. He's like, "Oh, I support. Like I appreciate the support. I'll follow you back." Blah, blah, blah.
Awesome.
I was like, "Bro, I'm not on social media. Like I don't care. Bless me, don't follow me. I'm not gonna post anything." But yeah, just that kind of like he was trying to make that personal connection.
That's where you make the connection and be like, "Hey, I need you to come on with me on this show that I now co-host on Thursday nights."
Right. Yeah. But no, yeah, they were all super nice, super friendly. So I guess the other that was the defensive.
Did you get to see Olu?
Olu. I was staring at his hands as he was the one player, and my friend was with me who doesn't follow the Jets as intensely, and he was like, that one player was like really struggling with the pen and like signing it. I was like, yeah, that guy. I was looking at his hands too because Jets fans talk about the size of his hands, and they were like my size, and I'm 5'10", and I was like, yeah, his hands definitely don't fit his body, but I'm not here to judge anything. I guess that's just the one point on Twitter I always see. Like, all right, the hands definitely looked up. But yeah, we did see Olu, but I didn't see him out there. Initially, I didn't see him out there with the ones.
I saw a clip of him doing some
he was doing drills. I guess I was anticipating him like being thrown in, like some of the other O linemen were with the ones, and it was just like Tyron Smith, which was awesome to see too. I love that dude is a wall. Amazing.
They say there's no fat. We've had some big offensive linemen.
Yeah, I always like watching all these YouTube videos. They always talk about how low like the offensive lineman's ass is. You got to get really low so you can win that leverage battle. I was in my binoculars. I'm zooming in on the fucking big asses, and he's 6'8", biggest dude there, lowest ass on the ground, ready to fucking I mean he's a Hall of Famer for a reason, but yeah, his body is looks like he could do anything. He's quite the athlete.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. What about Corley? Any Corley action? With
Corley, I didn't see a lot of Corley action. I remember Corley. He told the kids on the phone that to school is whack. I remember that, and they should go lift. And I was like, all right, Corley. That was one thing I remember. He wasn't with the ones. He didn't make any catches. So no, not much. But they also never ran. They didn't run any bubble screens today. So they didn't run any jet sweeps. They were Aaron and Tyrod. Not Lazard stood out on offense. What stood out was Garrett Wilson. I don't know if they were intentionally doing it or he's just the best damn player on the field, so he's constantly open. But it was Garrett Wilson come back, Garrett Wilson double move, back shoulder, come back, and it was just like ease. And then he made one play over the middle.
Wasn't out there at all?
Say it again?
You said Sauce wasn't out there at all? Or just wasn't out there when it was live?
He wasn't there, period. No, he wasn't there today. Because the DBs were working out right with us, and it was DJ Reed, Michael Carter, and then the bench guys were off to the side.
I wonder if something happened, because he was on the field. Rodgers no-look pass up the seam. In the background at the end of the play, you saw Sauce covering Lazard as they were.
I was talking
watching.
to Brandon, to one of the guys next to me who was on the Asman show earlier. And I was saying, if I'm coming up, I'm Sauce, and I don't have my guaranteed money yet, and it's pouring rain 30 minutes before practice, I'll see you tomorrow. And it's volunteer OTAs. What am I going out there backpedaling? Like they didn't do anything. They 7-on-7 wasn't a lot, but yeah, he gets a pass. He's two-time All-Pro his first 2 years. But I don't think people are expecting him to be at every OTAs. But yeah, it was just I know one person everyone wanted to see that wasn't there.
Nice. How about the running back? Now I know there's no offensive line, and I know it's not live or anything like that. Any like Allen
so the running
Davis
back,
notes? Were they catching passes out of the backfield or
the Davis note? Braylon Allen, as Brandon alluded to earlier on the other show, he caught a couple back passes out of the backfield. But the one thing I noticed, there was no Brees, obviously. Isaiah Davis was getting more reps. Like I never saw Braylon with Aaron Rodgers. I saw Isaiah Davis with Aaron Rodgers. So that was the one thing I noticed. Tyrod Taylor was out there. Braylon Allen was out there, or other running backs. But if it was Aaron Rodgers, the 20-year-old kid was never out there. It was Isaiah Davis, or there was another running back that was out there that Aaron had to like move a couple times in a play, like go to the left
25?
side. Like,
was it Izzy 25?
It wasn't Izzy. No, Izzy was a ghost. I didn't. He was. I was looking at people. Yeah, it looked like he was buried. It was Isaiah Davis all the time, Braylon Allen all the time.
Wow.
And there was one other guy, I want to say 35 or something. It was like another body out there, but it wasn't Izzy. I definitely took note of that, where I was like, is he really buried on the depth chart? Yeah, interesting. The other Isaiah Davis notes, do you remember that hat I showed you last time? It was the tan one that like went sold out on the new, like it was an exclusive drop they had, whatever. Jets fans were going crazy for it. And I went, they were selling some in the city at Lids after they sold out. So I bought a couple and I brought it there, and Isaiah Davis was like, yo, that hat is fire. But he just like signed it. And I was like, bro, you just signed it, or I would have you could have had it. You could have signed something else and give it to me, but I doubt you want this hat with your name on it. And I was like, I got another hat back. I was kind of playing, and I was like, I bought an extra one. And he was like, all right, can I DM you? Like, can I buy it off you? And he's like, he brings his phone over, like after signing all the autographs, he's like, yo, what's your IG? Da, 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 da. And now he's DMing me like, yo, where can we meet? I want that hat.
You got to tell him he's got to come on the show here with us, Nate, and then we'll ship it for free. I'll pay for it.
Well, I run a non-for-profit, so I'm bumping that up as my, all right, Isaiah, because I know he's going to offer something. I'm like, all right, check out my website. You know, you want to make a donation, come by my gym and offer a couple hours. So, but then if he gets me number 2, then I got you, Nick. I'll definitely slide up there,
man. Awesome, man.
But yeah, it was an amazing time.
Did we get to talk to any of the coaches or Joe Douglas? Anyone?
Didn't talk to any of the coaches. The biggest information I got from anyone not wearing football gear and spandex was my season ticket rep, because I'm in section 345, row 2, and that's my first year. I'm upstairs, and that's my first year. I'm not anyone PSL or some exclusive whatever.
Yeah.
But so I told her, I'm like, there's 50 people here. Like, what did no one like spam inbox, or like what happened to all the season ticket holders? And she was like, no, this is pretty private. We only send it to like season ticket holders who we've like had relationships for years, or we know, or like basically she was like, or nice ones like you, who we had some nice interactions with. So I wanted to invite you and your girlfriend out and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, I appreciate that. But I was like, it definitely felt very like exclusive, because I was trying to find people on your show or the Asman show, like who else would be there maybe. And everyone was like, oh, there's nothing going on tomorrow. I was like, there's 40,000 other season ticket holders. Like, there's got to be other people out there that are going. But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting that she had a couple.
Good for you, man. That's a great experience. As someone who's a new season ticket holder, that's awesome.
It was surreal. Yeah. They got me locked in for you. They got me locked in already.
I want to say 2015. That
I
had gotten
season tickets a year, but I never thought season tickets.
I had gotten season tickets for me and my son in 2015. And they called me up and they said, you know, we sent you the new welcome package and all that. And they let you pick your gift or what you wanted that year. And they sent me an email one day, and it said that you can pick one of these 3 games to be a guest on the field before the game.
Great.
And we were on the Jet sideline for the national anthem. And the kids, who were 7 and 5 at the time, were 5 feet away from Snacks Harrison, Muhammad Wilkerson, and Sheldon Richardson.
All their heroes.
During the national anthem. I'm taking pictures.
That's amazing.
The only time in my life I've ever been disrespectful during the national anthem. I'm the guy who yells at people if they're walking around. And I'm like,
right.
Like, I'm taking pictures. They're 8 feet away from us. So
that was me trying to take video in 7-on-7 today. I was like, yeah, I don't don't worry about me. Nothing going on this phone.
Nice.
The only clip I got on 7-on-7s was Aaron taking. I kept looking at the video today. I was like, what can I gain from this? Aaron took a snap and kind of threw a quick dart to Conklin that he just was not ready for. One of those where he's probably reading the defense and wants Conklin to be ready, and it hit Conklin in the back of his calf as he kept running his route.
Nice.
That was the one thing I noticed. I was like, all right, these receivers got to kind of be, you got to be more on cue. Yeah, things are. If he sees something, he's going to snap it and throw it.
And that will come with repetition. That will come with the minds getting right and everyone.
That'll come with not playing with Zach Wilson. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. They got to know the ball can be out in a split second if he sees something, if he knows that they're going to drop. And that's where they work on their cues and they work on their reads. And he'll.
I noticed that with Devontae all the time. Sometimes the corner would press, and right before the snap, the corner likes to back off. And Aaron and him would just, as that corner would back off, like, I see you backing off, boom, take this 8 yards. That type of stuff we're going to see from a real offense. I'm hoping it's going to be exciting.
Awesome. So you said you're in 345. You got a tailgating spot yet?
345. No, I usually just bum people's tailgates and try to bring food and bring all that stuff. Because I'm from the city, so I take the train in and then.
All right, I'm on the opposite side of the train. Like if you get off the train, just walk towards the Giants practice
I know what you're
facility.
talking about. Yeah.
And we're right there. You will literally
I might
walk
put some
right
other guys into that distance, not as far as the Giants facility, but back there in the bushes where everyone pisses, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, we're not in the bushes. We're right by the Giants practice field, like in the corner of the blue fence. Like if you walk right to their
back right, yeah.
You meet us. You walk right into us. But yeah, man, you're welcome over anytime, man.
Yeah, I'll definitely invade. I'm looking forward to Thursday night. I'm glad the Jets YouTube has finally picked a date where we're like, all right, opening day, everyone's gonna be there. Tons of tailgates. I know you're gonna have one. I'm sure other guys are having one. So
yeah,
it'll be a fun night, afternoon, evening, whatever. When did they let us in for 8 o'clock game?
Since you're 5 hours before. So 8:15 start. Gates open at 3:15.
Okay.
So, and now they're doing like get in an hour, start heading in an hour early, so you're in your seats for the intros and everything.
Yeah.
So it's like that 4 hours of tailgating, man. By the time you set up and get the grill going, you're half hour, 45 minutes in. So it's really only like a 3-hour tailgate, like before you go in, because you almost lose the first hour with setting everything up, and then you lose the last hour and a half because you're breaking everything down, and then heading in. So, Clancy, I'm in lot K5. I'm in the back corner of lot K.
Tailgated for the Chargers game last year, and it was definitely the best part of the night as the Jets continued to pretty much not score that Monday night.
Yeah.
And that's right. Kind of saw our season take a turn there. But yeah, sometimes tailgates are the best part of the Jets games, as I've learned. Unfortunately.
It's been for so many years. It's for so many years been. But hey, I'm gonna end the stream early tonight. Yeah, my fucking legs are balloons right now. I've been on my feet all day, and then being diabetic, I got to elevate them for at least an hour or so before I go to bed.
Do your thing. Appreciate you having me on.
That was awesome, man. Thank you. Great report. Welcome back anytime, and we'll be talking more, man. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Appreciate the time.
I hope the chat appreciated that, man. That was good stuff.
For sure. We'll talk to you soon. Appreciate it, Nick. Have a good night.
Later, pal. Good stuff. Nate with the spy report coming fresh out of the Jets practice today. Couple good nuggets there. Stiggers being a player already that the players connect with, treating them like a vet. I guess you're not out of college, right? You're not a real rookie. Like it's almost like, hey, you've done the professional route, so maybe there's a little more of a respect and a connection there, where they're not gonna treat him too much like a rookie. But good for him. I know we're all rooting for him. But yeah, Nate, chat showing appreciation for you, man. That's awesome. It's not the calf muscles, man. It's the fluid that like builds up. Like I gotta elevate my legs and drain. You think about my Jet collectible segment? I'm up for anything, man. I'm up for anything that's different. I'm up for anything that people would want to come on and show off. Not that, Hawk, not that part of you. I hope Hawk is still here. I'd hate to make fun of him and he's not here. Haven't seen Hawk comment in a while. He'll pop in with an LOL if he is. But yeah, Roger, that's something. I think you have my email. Shoot me an email. Let's talk. Let's figure it out. And if that's something that people are interested in doing, showing off their memorabilia, showing off their Jets items, then we could definitely do that. Shout out again to Uncle VR, my Sunday night co-host. You could see us Sunday night at 9, Sunday Shenanigans. Good. I'm glad that you heard it. I'm glad that you heard it and you didn't have to hear it secondhand. I'd rather talk shit when you're here. It's not nice if you talk shit about someone and they're not there. That's what friends do. We talk shit to one another's face. Oh, here, let me put it here. Fuck you. Or fuck you, you're on this side. So, yeah, I think that would be pretty cool, guys. That's something that, that we can look into as the summer goes on. I have them. I have the compression stockings. Just that when I'm standing up for so long, it's just, I don't know. I got to get to some sort of vascular specialist. 90 days. 90 days. I'll have benefits. But, all right, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining in. See you Sunday night, 9 o'clock with Uncle VR. Shout out to Knob, too, for gifting 5 memberships tonight. 9 new members of the channel tonight. If you were gifted a membership, please search me out. Proud NYJ fan. No spaces. You know what? I just saw the lymphedema. That's been popping up on my Instagram ads. I think that's what it is. I've been getting the ads for it based off of my Google searches, and lymphedema is a word that I've been seeing nonstop. I don't want to buy any of these things that say use this for 20 minutes a day and you'll see results. But if you know anything, Mo, here, let me put. Oops. Yeah, that's my email. I just put my email in the chat. If you know anything, Mo, reach out to me. We'll exchange numbers and we'll talk if it's something you've dealt with or something that you know about or can help me find the right path to a cure. I would appreciate it. It started really last year when after the ACL injury, I was on crutches and then Tomageddon hit. And after that, man, my calves are they're ballooning every time I'm up. So shoot me a message and we'll connect off air. And yeah, man, I would love to pick your brain if you have some knowledge about that. Yeah, I don't know why though. A lot of other people have found it with no problem. Nate, give me your Discord name and I'll friend you right now. It doesn't stop. No, I meant the bad news, not. All right, let me go here. Let me add friend. Add by username. All right, Nate, give me your username. Nate Tape. And so there's a period after that. That's a period at the end. That's in the name. Okay. I just sent it. Did that get to you? All right, sent. All right, now we're going to add you. Sorry, guys. Old man navigating the internet. Deal with it. This is what happens. We're going to add you to this group. Mark Ferraro, you were gifted a membership tonight. Anyone else gifted a membership tonight? Clancy, you on Discord? Hit me up if you are. I think you were gifted a membership. I thought I read your name earlier. Yeah, you have the symbol. If you're on Discord. Hey, Scott. Yeah, man, I'm fucking old, man. I'm not that old, but I'm internet old. Yeah, hit me up, Proud NYJ fan, no spaces. And then we'll get you guys into the Discord group where that's growing. We could start to do some stuff in there. Let's see, memberships. We are currently at 28. You know what? I'm going to shout out all the members of the channel. Knob Deep, the first member of the channel, and 2 months, Knob. Thank you so much. Charles Gorman, Crossfire, the Buffalo Jet fan, Mess, Iowan Jets fan, Wild Wave, Bobby Woodruff, Bobby Midnight, Vermont Bobby, Barney Miller, Snowball, Patty Grimes, David D, Roger F, the Big Fella, Hyder Ali, Paul Klein, Allen. I always keep going to say Alan. Alan Avatar, Infrared, Jay Quest, Nate, Lee Van, Jaden D'Angelo, Ricky New York, Johnny Boy, Scott Foster, Yeti, Hank G, Dre Day the Jets fan, Ron P, Motivated T, Clancy NY Jets, Racing Jason, Shane McGarry, Mark Ferraro, T.O. Uncle VR, Dano Jets, and Mark Reese. So those are members of the channel. Thank you guys. Thank you to those. Uncle VR, Knob Deep, who's gifted many. Crossfire gifted some. Hawk has gifted one. Maybe more than one. Forgive me. But thank you guys. That's awesome. That helps the channel grow. That helps everything. Appreciate you guys. You know, and the membership, I think is something that's, I think the gifting thing is a really cool thing that Jets fans do. You know, the super chats help support the channel, and I think the memberships are the best part of anything that you guys can do. So it's something that, you know, someone has, it could last. You get the cool little green logo there when you're up. You get the different I can't see it. It just, that's how they come up in here. But you guys see that in YouTube. Yeah, everyone's name sounds like. Yeah, I'm old. Make fun of me. I'm not as old as some of you fucks, but I'm old. Yeah, Jaden, that's really good shit, man, when they do that. So I like when everyone's showing appreciation for one another. So, all right, gentlemen, I am going to elevate for quite a while. But before we do, you know what needs to be done. What did we learn today? Boomtown, this is your time to shine. I should actually bring you on for this, Boomtown, and let you like read your notes. That might be like, you're going to be Mariano Rivera. I might set that up with you where you come on at the end and just read, like, do a recap, and this be your segment to run with. So, what did we learn today? For those of you that don't know, we do a recap at the end of the show. What did you learn? It could have been something about the Jets. It could have been a stupid joke or comment that I made. It could have been something somebody in the chat shared with you or one of the guests on air. I learned that Stiggers is well received by the New York Jets secondary. I learned, I call it getting high and Nick calls it elevating. My days of elevating are over, man. Boomtown. Oh, here we go. What I learned tonight, the Shiny Knob show is all but inevitable. Buffalo Jet fan likes to crank one out in the drive-thru. Crank one out in the drive-thru. and Nick needs to release some fluid. Yes, I've barely peed today with the heat and the walking. I've barely peed today, which is not a good sign. Yep, you learned that I need to elevate. Learned my wife didn't buy jalapeno peppers I asked her for. Infrared learned that Brother Modine is still alive. He came on here last week and he's like, it's playoff basketball, it's playoff hockey, and you schmucks are talking football in May? And it was like, welcome back, Mo. Glad to see you haven't changed. I learned Roger has an NYJ iron brand he brands a steak with. Nice. Mess. Yeah. I have the stockings. Oh, here we go, Hank. I learned that you have quite the lineup for your tailgating party for the opener. One day I'll make it to a Jets game. You've never been to a Jets game? Hank, we are looking for a new person to receive the GoFundMe. I haven't been promoting the GoFundMe because we don't have anyone. If that's something you're interested in, Hank, email me, proudnyjf@gmail.com. If that's something that if you've never been to a Jet game and you would like to be a recipient, we're looking for one. I need someone to email me. If you want to be a part of it, if you want to be someone who receives, you've never been to a Jet game before, a Jet home game, and you're interested in coming out, we're going to have a big get together for the Patriots game, and let's see if we can get you here. Uh-oh. Interesting. Overrated. I'm a big fan. If it's not pork roll, if it's not a pork roll, egg and cheese, I go sausage. You give me a sausage patty, I take that over bacon. I know. To me, it's pork roll, egg and cheese. It's always going to be pork roll because that's what the product is. I know we don't want to get into that. I know where some people stand, but that's me. That's where I'm at. Yeah, Hank, do it. We can get your story out there, and I'm looking for someone who's been a Jet fan. Put together, you know what? Put together an email. Pitch yourself. Pitch yourself. Let me give me your background as a Jet fan, where you're at, how long you wanted to get out here, and we can read the story on air, and then start to get some funds for you. There's gonna be a lot of us at the opener, and if we add more to it, that would be even better. There was a whole debate at the diner. Yeah, that's always every diner, every deli, every bodega. They're going to be doing that in New Jersey. I learned not to put glue on a bee. They die. Well, welcome, Boba. Thanks for popping in, man. Nate bought that. That's oh, what a shame. I mean, kid's got a good head on her shoulders, but man. I understand. That stinks. CJ's Diner, 50-year establishment. My parents are from Jersey City. So yeah, it is. So that's what we'll do. We'll Hank will send an email. He'll put his Jet story in there. We'll read the Jet story, and we'll start to gather funds for Hank. That'd be great to have a Jet fan who's never been to a Jet home game come and meet all of us for the opener. Yeah, man, I don't fuck around, bro. Brandon, I am the king of the late night. Monday we start our Sunday night. We're 9 to 11 with Uncle VR, And a lot of times we'll open it up to the chat for call-ins on Sunday night. And this Sunday we went 3 hours to midnight on the East Coast here. Tuesday night, I did just a hangout. Like, it wasn't a lot of Jet talk. It was just people coming on, conversations, bullshit and jokes, picking on one another, making fun of Jets chaos, all the strengths that I have in life. And we were on until 1:20 in the morning on Tuesday night, right, chat? I think it was 1:20 East Coast time. That was just a random hangout show on Tuesday. Last night was Pride and Chaos. We did from 9 to 11 on Wednesdays. And then tonight, I started at 9:45. By the time I got home, I didn't even realize Green Bean and Gunny weren't on tonight. So I moved it up a little bit earlier. Yeah, you guys suck with that. That's right, Roger. That's a good one. I don't know. I feel like I can't end the stream sometimes. I enjoy, I enjoy talking with you guys. You guys are good people. And if you guys are all here hanging out, like, part of me feels bad that, 'cause I know there's no other show to go to at this point of night. So almost I feel like a sense of duty and responsibility to keep hanging out if you guys are Yeah, Bobby was up too late the other night. He hasn't recovered. He didn't even pop in here tonight at all. It did. That's what we were talking about Tuesday. We were talking about your top 3 females, and I did like different age brackets. I was breaking them down. But yeah, the you guys are assholes. I'm laughing, but you guys are assholes. Not all you guys, just kind of Scott. But yeah, the hangout shows, Brandon, if you Mark Riss, who's in the chat, he's a group member and a friend of mine who lives right in the area here. I'll try to make sure to get him to the game on the opener too. He'd be a good guy to meet. He texted me one day. He was cooking dinner the next day at home listening to the show, and something happened and he almost spit out a soda. And then he texted me. He was like, I love listening to your show because it's great Jet content, a mix of Howard Stern and Dr. Drew. And I was like, Howard Stern in the 90s when he was funny, right? And he's like, yes. So we had to clarify that. Tonight you learned that Nick will always call you an asshole, Scott. At some point. It's always coming. That's what she said. But all right, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. You know what? It's May, right? Like, if it's Tuesday, the day after the 49er game, and we're talking, and I'm like, oh, no, let's just make fun of Jets chaos. No one wants that at that point. Like, we all want to talk about the game. So you got to know the crowd. It's the draft's over. It's a downtime. I still want to come on air. I still like talking with you guys. And, I'm seeing the channel growth too. Like, every time I'm doing a show, I'm gaining a couple. So it's, and I appreciate the hell out of you guys, the guys who show up even this time of year, even when it's the dog days of content. I can't just put out 6 to 8 hours a week about the Jets, and there's not many stories coming out. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. I think you do, because, a lot of you regulars are here all the time and don't miss anything. That's right. It's almost June. It's almost a 90-day countdown. Where are we at? Hey, Siri. How many days until September 9th? She didn't talk. Let me try it again. Oh, let me turn the audio on. Hey, Siri. How many days until September 9th?
It's 109 days until then.
Yes, I gave Siri the Indian female voice because I felt that Siri is more of a female Indian name. So that's my bill. Hey, Siri. Are we best friends?
Uh-huh. I'm your assistant. And your friend, too.
Yeah, girl. That's how it all starts. Assistant, friend, And then next thing you know, we hanging out after hours on Friday. Damn, I thought she was going to reply. I have some crazy conversations with Siri. So 109 days. 109 days. Yeah. Mark, you did catch that? Bobby said, who was it? Was it Tiffany Amber Thiessen? Was it Kelly Kapowski? I forget who he said it about, but all right. I gotta go. This time I'm actually going. Scott Foster, when I first got super monetized and super chats would come in, I would stay on when super chats are coming in, but that was funny in the beginning. I would go to sign off, the video would play, another comment would pop in, it would be another super chat. They're like, you gotta stay. Oh, Clancy, I'm far from going to bed. I'm far from going to bed. I gotta probably pee 4 times, and I haven't peed in hours. So I gotta get all this fluid out of me before I go to bed. It's the life of a diabetic. You're the YouTube Steve Summers. I hope I'm more entertaining than him. I know he was late night. But all right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I appreciate you. You're the reason that I do the shows. Without you guys, I'd just be sitting here talking to myself, and people would think I'm a lunatic. No, I can't. I got this chair that actually doesn't help. Damn it. Damn it. All right. Let me put my leg up here on the side of the chair. Oh, my leg's not even there. It's blended into the green screen. All right, let me pull the table back in. I was moving the table out. Hank, it is proud NYJF, like New York Jet fan. Proud NYJF at gmail.com. Damn it. Yeah. Yeah. Nate, shout out to you again, too, man. Thank you for the report. That was pretty cool, man. And I'm glad as a new season ticket holder, you got to kick off your experience like that. You got to kick off your regime with that experience. Thank you, Boba. And Scott, you guys are awesome. I wasn't saying you had to do it. I had the table pulled out, slid away. I used one of those snack tables, like a snack tray table with the laptop on top of it. And I slid it out. I was on the edge of the seat. I was getting ready to get up. Oh, right. Hour 3 has begun. Damn it. I knew I wasn't getting up. I feel like I say like I'm going to end the show just to make you guys think of all your interesting shit that you didn't get in yet. Somebody mentioned something like that before. Roger, he's 345, row 2. Diabetic water bottle on night table and the remote controller, 2 must for bedtime. Thank you, Scott, and thank you, Boba. I felt the weight lifted of not watching Rogers try. Yeah, at least you got to see him throw the ball. At least you got to see him throw the ball. Scott, thank you, man. You didn't have to do that. You did not have to do that, sir. Do you mind if I ask, Nate? If you don't want to put in there, you don't have to ask. I'm just curious what, because 345, you're like corner end zone on the visitor side, I believe. And row 2, I think they consider the first couple rows of the upper deck like premium upper deck. I would guess you with one preseason game, 8. Don't tell me yet. Don't tell. I'm looking away. 9 games this year. I would say 630 a ticket. That's without the parking pass. I would say $70 for 9 games. 10 games. Oh, you got robbed. I think we only have one preseason game home. Oh, thank you. I said Greenby and Ryan to host with you. Advertise a ticket for Hank's show for a week. Do a episode minute show where all super chat go to Hank's ticket. Well, we have a GoFundMe already set up. We were doing it for somebody else. We were doing it for Dane. And then Dane decided to not be the recipient of it. So we do have, I believe there's 110 in there right now. And it's been put on pause. So I'll resume that. It's as soon as we get somebody as a recipient locked in. I don't want to be raising money without to attach a name to it. And for those of you who don't know, all money in will be all money out. I'm not looking to spend or make $1 off of this. My life was absolute fucking dog shit a year ago. And Gunny, Jeremy, Green Bean, they did a GoFundMe. They helped me out. They did a raffle thing. And a lot of people donated, and it helped me in the worst time of my life. So I always promised them that when things got better for me, I would pay it forward and do something to help out a Jet fan. So this was the idea. Dane had never been to a home game, wanted to help him get out here, and he graciously declined. So the GoFundMe is still open and available, and we could start doing some donations for that once we get a name that I can attach to it. Hank's a good fan. He's loyal. He's in everyone's chat, so everyone knows his name. I think he's a great recipient for it. Oh, they went up. I forgot. You can. Well, let me know, Nate. If you ever can't make a game, hit me up. Give me first option. I've been in 227B, which was covered. That was great when the stadium first opened up. Two of my buddies actually had seats in there. One guy did 4 seats from his work, and then my buddy had 4 seats also. Nice. All right. I see your shenanigans and what you're up to, Nate. Wow. Hey, asshole. Stop being frisky. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the super chats. Boba, Scott, Boba, Knob Deep for gifting 5 memberships. Tio, Uncle VR, gifting 4. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. And enjoy your night. Enjoy your night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for supporting the channel. And I will see you all Sunday night. Oh, wait a minute. Sunday's the holiday. I got a party to go to Sunday. Shit. Oh. Pay attention to the start time. It might be 9, maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock. I got a party to go to on Sunday. Let me see how long I'm there. It's one of my good friends. He's turning 50. I just remembered that. So just pay attention. I'll set it up by Saturday so you guys know what time the show is. And then I will just make sure I'm home by that time. So thank you, everyone. And even though I say how much I hate him, I will allow you to hear and see Jeremy one more time on the way out. As always, be loud, be proud, New York Jets fans. 109 days, courtesy of Indian Siri.
And now, welcome to Pride and Chaos.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures. Oh, yeah!
And now, give it up for Jeremy and Nick.
Jeremy sucks. Don't give nothing to Jeremy. He sucks.
And as usual, Nick is wrong.
Why are you
Jeremy
the way
sucks.
that you are? God, I can't stand you.
Let's go to eat a
I hate
damn
Jeremy.
snack.
Whoa.
Jeremy's always
that
eating.
was cool.
Jeremy's always eating. He sucks.